Hi, Brittany.
Hi, Alex. And everyone, welcome. This is our 5th episode of It's a Thing. And we want to do a cheers to us for making our dreams come true in as little way as we can.
And just having a voice of opinion. And
yeah.
Honestly, I'm really enjoying it. So cheers to you
Yes.
for watching.
Thank you. And cheers to us. And let's do it. Oh, that's yummy.
Today, to celebrate our 5th episode.
Which it doesn't seem like a milestone, but this is a lot of work, guys.
You have to, you have to celebrate.
We have to celebrate. Every little accomplishment counts.
Exactly. So
we thought it'd be fun, since we love boats, clearly,
to talk about the world's most
famous boat, the Titanic, which is also always a very popular discussion amongst, I feel like, anyone that's ever learned anything about history.
Titanic is not only controversial, but it spans and reaches so many different generations.
Yeah.
James Cameron's film in 1997 really captured all of the young kids from the 90s, right?
Yeah.
I think my older sister,
I think people are still obsessed.
watched that movie 10 times.
Remember, it came in 2 VHS.
It was so long.
You had to switch a VHS.
It was a very long movie, but it really was a classic film of the time.
It captured the drama, captured the issues. I mean, the biggest, I don't think people know, it also, Titanic affects multiple countries too, so it's not just a United States thing. It involved the world. Like, everybody knew and heard about this. Like, Titanic was built in Ireland.
So let's get some facts on the board so we can decide whether it's just trending again or if it's actually a thing. So where did they embark? Like, it wasn't from New York. They didn't leave from New York.
No. They left from England.
I just think everything happens in New York.
I mean, me too. Guilty.
So they left from Southampton, England.
Yes, they left from England.
We do have a Southampton here, but
we do.
Confusing.
Some people know about it.
So Southampton, England, they left, and they were supposed to travel to
New York City.
That
was a big thing, especially for the third class. They had the largest third class passenger count. It was definitely not safe. And the reason for that is a lot of people were looking to come to the Americas to have a better life. They were really struggling and they couldn't survive. And that was a big reason that that boat was flooded and everybody was talking about it because a lot of people boarded that boat.
The American dream.
Exactly. They were selling the American dream on the Titanic.
So in the 90s, as we rewind a little bit, the film was really scandalous, and I was
Leonardo DiCaprio.
I think I was 10
Kate
years
Winslet.
old. And I was like, oh my God. But fun fact, I can actually play My Heart Will Go On the flute.
I love this.
Yeah.
We love this.
I played in the talent show. I was going to go get my flute. All I could find was this harmonica, so no, I can't play it on the harmonica, but
if she did, though.
I just feel like that really speaks to the fact that it was trending then. So it kind of checks a box for me that it's actually going to be a thing for our entire lives. But I don't want to just jump to conclusions.
Well, it kept coming up because first when they rediscovered it and then they came up with that new machinery and it just slipped my head what it was called. But they were able to really discover it. And then,
oh, you mean the sunken vessel?
Yes.
Okay, so
it came back. So it keeps coming back in different ways.
Yeah. So now they're rediscovering the shipwreck.
Yes.
Got it.
But also, it came back, I think, during COVID because I think it was the director. Somebody involved in the movie was so sick of people saying that they both could have survived on the door.
Yes.
That they spent a ridiculous amount of money.
Wait, so there was this trend where people were saying, based on the schematics of the ship,
of the door size
and the dimensions of the door,
and
that
what kind of wood it would have been,
they both could have survived.
Yeah.
So they debunked that myth. I agree.
They debunked it, and it was a big deal. The people helping almost got hypothermia doing it.
Really?
Yeah, because they wanted to create the exact environment that Titanic sank in. So people really understood they made this drama of this movie, obviously for cinematic purposes. But in real life, it would have been hard enough for just one person
to
survive on
If
that
you've
door.
ever been in cold water, hypothermia sets in like 10 seconds. I'm pretty sure
it's paralyzing. It's
yeah.
paralyzing.
All your organs start to really shut down. So that's pretty interesting that they went all through that. You mentioned COVID. During that time,
I think that's what it was. I'm not sure.
There must have been just like kind of a lull in the industry, so they decided, let's go dig up some old ones. I remember they found Shackleton's ship, which was that's also a very interesting story about a large boat that, that's more of an inspiring leadership story.
I love that.
That I think is maybe just like a good story that's not trending, so we're not even going to debunk that today. But back to Titanic, and you talk about them looking at the wreckage.
Yeah. Well, it brought a lot of questions. So there are things that we know about the Titanic. We know about the investors in it. We know about the very wealthy people that were on it and some that were supposed to be on it. And that's another issue that people say. They think Titanic was an inside job because even the non-sinkable aspect of it, people knew even then that wasn't really logistic.
Like it wasn't bulletproof.
Yeah. Yeah. And so the fact that, they were saying they didn't, what happened was they had containers, I think it was 15 sealed containers. And if the water would fill up, the doors would go down and it would stop the boat from sinking. But what they did not realize was that the water could spill over the top.
Okay.
And flood it out that way.
I have a really good way of explaining this.
Ooh, here we go.
So
Alex can build boats.
I can. I'm not going to use the fancy words right now. But if you've ever filled up an ice tray.
I have done
right?
that.
Okay. So imagine the 12 to 20
I like this visual.
slots in the ice tray are the boat, right? And so you fill up one, and then the water starts to fill up, and it goes into the second, and it makes this cascading effect.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually how I fill up my ice tray. That's exactly what happened with this boat.
Mm-hmm.
And what they didn't realize is that as the water level rose above the E deck, it would spill over into the next compartment. And where the bulkheads were, now there was so much weight, it caused the ship to tip. Keep in mind, this water is so cold.
Freezing.
It's damaging to the structure of the boat internally. Now, there's salt in the water.
And I think, didn't they have the coal things down there?
Yeah.
It's operating on coal, right?
Yeah. So this is like, a lot of these, it just doesn't check out. Like, we obviously have better safety checks and ships have come a long way.
Well, especially now with life, what they call the safe boats, the lifeboats.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Everything is.
Back then, there was no laws on that. So you did not have to have a certain amount of ships. Obviously, after Titanic and, over 1,000 people died on that, they were like, oh, nope, this is important.
So all these people are upstairs dancing while the boat is literally filling up with freezing cold salt water. Now, the likelihood that it would freeze and cause the boat to become super heavy, that wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen that quick.
No.
But now the boat is in distress. And so the integrity of the build was totally compromised. Yeah. They knew from the beginning. I mean, who knows why they did it, right? And you talked about some of the characters that were supposed to be on that ship or that funded that ship.
I mean,
so this is the real conspiracy.
And I love conspiracies.
I think this is what keeps this topic alive.
Because it was obvious something was done to create another problem. And the big thing is JP Morgan. Mm-hmm. He was a huge investor on this boat. He was part of all that newspaper advertisements of being on this boat and family members. And he was one of the wealthy people that was supposed to be on this boat. And magically, the day of, he could not make it. And as an investor and someone that was directly involved with the building and everything else with Titanic, for him not to show up that day was a red flag. I'm sorry, that's a red flag. That's a weird thing that him and no one else came that day. You can't tell me that wasn't on purpose, because it was. It was on purpose. He made that choice. Why did he make that choice? I think he knew that there was going to be a reason this boat wasn't going to make it.
We're not saying he caused that to happen.
No, but
he did have an agenda at the time, a political agenda tied to the National Bank. And if you look at the guest list, which we're not the first ones to discover this, right? That's why it's trending.
That's why we're talking about it.
Is that the Astor family?
Yeah.
Okay. And they were against the National Bank.
And they were the wealthiest family. And, you know, it's not even just them. There was other families, too, that were against the National Bank for a good reason. And it did cause a huge collapse. And it did cause this structure that we have here today, which is not ideal.
It catalysted to what we have now.
Yeah. And it wasn't, we had a better system and working system prior to them doing this.
You know, I can't help but keep thinking about one word, and I feel like it's really the fall of like all of mankind is greed.
Mm-hmm.
And so, really, the Titanic, the story, what makes it so sexy, or what keeps it trending and interesting is it
grabs you. Like, you want to learn more.
There's like romance, there's greed, there's history, there's all these parts of it. And
there's horror, really, the death of these people. This was a painful death. This wasn't a nice, I'm not saying there's a nice way, but, you know, this was terrible. This was a terrible tragedy that happened, and it could have been avoided. And there was also, you know, a lot of conspiracies around the captain and how his family was kind of set up for life after that. So it's very strange. It's very strange with someone with that much experience. And, you know, we know people that know boating.
Could you imagine if there were cell phones back then?
Oh, I know.
Like everyone going live, or like it would be so easy to find out what really happened.
Oh, we would have a whole nother story.
Yeah. So,
and I think anyone that would have leaked it, they would have shot in, you know what I mean? In the, what do you want to call it? In the chaos of getting to a lifeboat, whatever. They could easily be like, oh, they didn't make it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to prove anything. You could have taken out anyone there that night. I mean, right?
It's pretty insane. I feel like there's so many things that...
And to sink such a beautiful boat.
I know. There's so much about the story that I love, which feels cynical.
I know.
But I do love the James Cameron film, and I love that My Heart Will Go On, and Celine Dion's my girl. And, you know, history is great. We learn from it so we don't repeat it.
Yes.
But there are very few ships that we romanticize like we do the Titanic, and
or that everyone knows about. I mean,
globally.
Yeah.
So to talk about whether it's a thing or trending, it's been around for not only decades, but like I'm pretty sure a century, right?
Was it 1950, 1912?
Yeah, so we're almost there.
10, someday. I mean, it's been around. It's talked about often. Yeah. It still has new conspiracies to this day that people are coming up with, more information that they're grabbing, more money being spent to dig the secrets of that Titanic.
And you know what?
They never found the other half of the boat, right?
That's what I'm saying. So maybe the answers to our future are actually sometimes in the past.
Uh-huh.
So to talk about today, whether it's a thing, it has the history, the longevity, the interest, the...
It's just like the sheer size. Like,
this
was an amazing thing.
The viral aspect of the Titanic.
Yeah, like,
to be relevant when there was no cell phone, no digital, there was barely cameras. It was like hand-drawn pictures. So, yeah, I think, you know, as far as it being a negative or a terrible incident, yeah, of course.
Yeah, obviously, no matter what cards were dealt, it was terrible.
Catastrophe, like just tragedy.
Because to sink that beautiful of a ship.
And all those lives lost. And so it's a timeless tale. But as well, I do really think it's a thing.
I think it's a thing. Yeah, for sure. And I'm always going to love the Titanic. I hope they find more things about it.
Yeah.
Because I will read it and I will be there for it. I just feel like there's something that draws me to it.
I feel like one of the best things that came from it is that meme.
Paint me like one of your French girls.
That's a good one. But the one where it's like the older woman, Rose, and she's like, 84 years.
It's been 84 years. That actually is probably one of my favorite memes. Top five.
Ew, so we just found out it's like even more relevant because it's now transcended generations and like mediums and media. So
I can't wait to see what happens next with it.
So what do you think, Brittany? Is the Titanic a thing?
It's totally a thing. Thanks for joining us today on our 5th episode.
We'll see you next time.
And make sure you let us know in the comments any interesting topics or categories that you want us to discuss.
Make sure you follow and like and share, and love ya.
Love ya.
Bye.
Bye.